This is all the clothing I'm bringing for 2 weeks in the heat. One bag with space for toiletries and other essentials, and 3 rules. When you're heading somewhere extra warm for an adventure, you've got 2 enemies, the heat and your suitcase. If you overpack, you're weighed down. If you underpack, you're stuck without what you need to look great for all the activities during your trip and to feel comfortable too. After traveling to nearly 40 countries, I've landed on the sweet spot, and it comes down to 3 rules. And the third one changed how I pack completely. So let's break it down. Rule number 1, every piece works double. Here's my warm, or shall I say hot weather capsule. These items take up very little space in my suitcase, and just about everything mixes and matches with everything else. That's the key to packing light. I started by selecting a neutral color palette around which I'll build the capsule. I stuck to 3 basic colors: navy, flax, which is kind of light brown, and white. And I'm going to add pops of color and visual interests with scarves, belts, and jewelry. I also considered the importance of items that will keep me cool when the weather hits the triple digits or when it's super humid. A few years ago, I spent a month in France during a heat wave and learned that hot in France does not equal hot in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live, and I had to go to the store to get looser fitting, lighter weight items. That same principle, light and loose fitting, worked very well for me in Uzbekistan, where it was over 100 degrees or around 38 degrees Celsius most days. Now, I want enough options so that I won't be without a needed item if something gets dirty. So, with all that in mind, let's see what I've got here. Starting with the pants, these 2 in linen can be dressed up or just casual. And because this is adventure travel with some of the time in the outdoors, I have pants that work for both outdoor and indoor activities, and even for the plane flight. For tops, I have 2 long sleeve lightweight UPF, which means ultraviolet protection factor shirts, 1 short sleeve shirt, and these 2 linen tanks, which match the pants I showed you earlier. I also have this amazing little jacket with a UPF of 100, which I'll talk more about in a bit. And every travel capsule should have at least 1 dress. I decided on this one. It's lightweight for comfort and easy packing, and its color combination will hide the dirt. And I have 2 belts plus 2 super light scarves, and this very, very ultralight wrap to jazz up an outfit or kill the chill in an air-conditioned restaurant. In addition to comfortable walking sneakers I'll wear on the plane, I'll pack these walking sandals that are great for every day and elevated enough for an evening out. And of course, a packable sun hat with UPF protection, of course. Now, let's have some fun with the combos. How about a monochrome look with these navy linen pants and the navy linen tank? And then I just add a scarf either at the neck or at the waist, and poof, you have an outfit for a day of touring. Or just change out of the sneakers into the sandals, and you're ready for a nice dinner out. For a different and equally comfortable and stylish look, swap out the navy top for the flax colored tank in linen as well. Pop maybe a different scarf with it, and you have a whole different look. I love these 2 flax linen pieces together for another monochrome combo, great with a scarf or even a belt or both. For a sportier aesthetic, and in my case I'll actually be doing some hiking, these cooling wide leg pants or these quick dry cargo pants with this blouse will keep me stylish and comfortable in the heat. And these pants are really good for cooler days and plane rides as well. Long sleeve shirts can also work as lightweight cover-ups for cooler indoor environments like museums and restaurants. Here's a fun combo with this white top, flax-colored linen pants, and a scarf, and this long sleeve shirt for extra protection that I can easily tuck into a crossbody bag when not needed. The key here is the ability to mix and match so you can have many looks with fewer items. Now, here is where most people get it wrong in hot weather. They think sunscreen is enough. Rule number 2, build sun protection into the clothes. When you're out touring or hiking in the heat, it's hard to remember to reapply sunscreen every 2 hours. So that's why, after learning the hard way, I decided to look for pieces with protection built right into the fabric for those days when I know that it's going to be hard to avoid long hours in the sun. I am going to start with this amazing little jacket. Whoever thought of wearing jacket in the heat? Well, I wore this jacket for several hours in very hot weather out in the desert of Southern California, where I went on a fossil dig with a paleontology group. Yes, that's a thing I do. Anyway, this jacket is a dream. It's soft and lightweight, and it kept me comfortable all day. Truly. Not only did this jacket protect my arms and hands from the sun with its UPF rating of 100, that's the rating used for clothing, well, SPF is used for sunscreen, its hood can zip right up over your face to protect the back of the neck, lips, and cheeks. Plus, it has a built-in visor. I love it. It's called the Cooling Sun Protection Jacket from a cool brand called Beneunder. This jacket comes in several colors, and mine is gray. Now, Beneunder sent me this jacket and 3 other great pieces to try, all moisture wicking and designed for comfort in the heat and have a UPF of 50. All of the items have become part of my actual packing list for my upcoming adventure travel. Take these quick dry cargo pants. I got them in black to go with everything and hide the dirt, but they're available in other colors too that might be just a little cooler in the sun. What I really like about this pant, aside from the sun protection, is they're made from a quick dry fabric, perfect for washing on the go. And they're higher waisted, more of a trouser silhouette, so they can transition easily from day to night with the addition of accessories, and they have a comfortable, flexible waistband. I see multiple uses for these pants for my travels. They're perfect for the plane, for hiking. They're a great choice for cooler days, and they're attractive enough to dress up with a nicer shirt, a scarf, and sandals for an evening out. Fun fact, long sleeves are cooler in the sun, provided that they're loose-fitting and made of lightweight, breathable, moisture-wicking fabric. They act as a physical shield that keeps direct sunlight from hitting your skin while trapping cool air and promoting airflow. And that's why I'm taking this shirt on my summer adventure travel. It's called the Cooling Sun Protection Shirt, again from Beneunder. This one is blue, and it comes in several other colors. It's super breathable, and it has an upscale blouse-like look and feel. In other words, it doesn't scream hiking, so it can transition seamlessly into a dinnertime vibe either as a blouse or a jacket. Now for la pièce de résistance. These cooling wide leg pants, I love them. They're very lightweight and breathable and both cute and on trend, designed for hot weather and active movement. They look great for city touring. They're also practical for hot weather outdoor stuff like hiking. They would also be great for the plane because they're extremely comfortable. They come in several colors too, and these are gray. I've left links in the description below for all 4 of these pieces from Beneunder. Check them out. Seriously good. And when you're going to be in the sun for any length of time, don't forget a wide-brimmed sun hat. Beneunder has a large selection, but I picked this one up from Costco. It's packable, you can smash it up, moisture wicking, and it has a UPF factor of 50. It's nice looking too. So, the third rule is the one I wish someone had told me years ago. It's the simplest one, but it changes everything when you're traveling alone or constantly on the move. Rule number 3, if it doesn't work for both the adventure and the dinner, it doesn't come. One of the huge advantages of traveling to warm weather destinations is your clothes are lighter weight and you can pack a lot into a small suitcase if you're clever. The key is having pieces that mix and match and look nice, whether you're visiting museums, you're outdoors in the sun and heat at a spectacular monument, or you're enjoying drinks and dinner in the evening. I don't want to weigh my suitcase down or to have to take a larger suitcase because I packed items that only work for hiking or only for fancy restaurants. In my experience, adventure travel is fairly casual, and all you need to do is accessorize and change your footwear to take your look from day to night. Don't pack things that only work for one kind of experience. You'll regret it the minute you have to lug a heavy suitcase up a flight of stairs in places that don't have an elevator. And it makes moving from location to location much more difficult, particularly if you're on your own. When I travel with a larger carry-on like this one from Level 8, I always have a tote with me to put under the seat on the plane for all the items I want to have accessible during the flight, like my iPad, toiletries, and medications that are hard to replace. You might have to check your suitcase at the last minute, and you want your essentials with you at all times, and that should include a complete change of clothes, just in case. Use your packing space to its best advantage and wear your bulkiest shoes on the plane, as well as any other larger sweaters or jackets. By the way, I always travel with a puffer jacket that stuffs down into a tiny space. It's handy no matter where you go. Another thing I love is this frameless backpack. It takes up very, very, very little space in my suitcase. I can put it in my tote as well, and it's always ready for excursions or activities in the outdoors. And of course, I always take a crossbody bag for exploring cities. Now, let me just touch briefly on a few of the essentials I'll have with me for a hot weather summer travel experience. First, small format toiletries. You can go ultra small if your trip is shorter, but here are my shampoo and conditioner containers that will last several weeks. I have travel size antiperspirant, sunscreen. You get the idea. Small is your friend. Now, this little rubber sink stopper and several liquid detergent packs for sink washing. That way you can limit the number of socks and underwear you pack. They take up a lot of room. Third is packing cubes. My goodness, I cannot say enough about them. They keep your clothes organized and you always know where to look for what you need. I have several different brands and there are a bunch on Amazon, but the best packing cubes I've ever used are these compression packing cubes from Nomad Lane. I'll link them in the description. No matter which ones you choose, just use packing cubes for adventure travel. Number 4, to keep your devices running, always make sure you have plug adapters for the countries you'll be visiting. You can't always count on the hotels and small inns to have them or to have plugs that work with your particular type. Leave your hairdryer at home. It won't work in most places, even with an adapter. Use what they have in your accommodations. With very few exceptions like a trek or camping, hairdryers are available. So we're ready to go. 1 suitcase, 1 tote, 3 rules. That's it. What's your go-to warm weather adventure packing trick? Tell me in the comments. I'd also love to hear where you're heading for your next adventure. And of course, please subscribe. I'm going on a solo trip to Bangkok, and I'll also be heading back to France for more solo French study. And I can't wait to share these experiences with you. Plus, lots more inspirations on making the most of this phase of life here on my channel, Thriving Gracefully. See you next time.